Oh man, here we are. As I can see, I Jada rearranged my entire thing again. Kind of. It kind of looks the same, but it kind of doesn't, right? It's kind of a little weird, right? But I'm getting used to it. I did have to switch some things around last second. I don't like that my big head is in the way of, my neon sign, but it's okay. I kind of like to stand off. I'm active with the mic. I don't have a stand. I just bring it with me. I bring it with me wherever I go. It's even with me in my car. I sleep with my microphone under my bed. It's everywhere. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, May 8th. My name's AJ Writes Crypto. Excited to get into this show. Super excited to have everybody here already. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Jeff Rigdon, Lee F, Chauncey Peppertooth, Harold Jones, SWFL Crypto, Kimi Mookie, Blockchain Bonehead, Mr. Mojo, Candle Daddy. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. Wow. So much to talk about today. And then I wake up this morning and I found out that I'm talking about the rap beef for a minute here. Drake's house got shot up. Drive-by shooting. And one of his bodyguards got hit. Not good. Not good for the Drake camp. And Kendrick Lamar's record label is asking him to put out a public apology to Drake because of all Drake's sponsorships, with Nike, even Steak. People are losing money because of all the accusations from Kendrick. It's getting deep, everybody. It continues to get crazier and crazier. But it has been one hell of a beef this year. I did over on my Twitter. I did a poll. I felt that it was necessary to do this poll. I said, hold on, where's it at? Let me get the button here. Oh, wrong thing. Best rap beef of not best rap beef, but best beef of 2024 so far. Ben Shapiro versus Kansas Owens, Kendrick versus Drake, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, or Gary Gensler versus Crypto. And in my world, Gary Gensler versus Crypto is the best beef of 2024 so far. If I was able to vote on my own poll, I would have picked Kendrick versus Drake. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but or even Eminem versus Benzino. I think that one's a little bit not as many people would remember Eminem versus Benzino. But that lemonade freestyle. Whew, oh man. Of course, yeah. I don't think Kendrick did it. Yeah. The Weeknd shot up Drake's, people are saying. Okay, I think it's just the fans. To be honest. I think there's like one of Drake's stores in London got like graffitied or whatever, like they not like us, and I think that it's just the fans like taking it too far. Like Kendrick did put like his house, like the GPS with all the dots on it, like the red dots on it on one of the album arts. So it's like, people are gonna take that serious. People are gonna find that house. People, that's not cool, man. They took it a little too far, but that's why J. Cole dropped out. All right, let's talk crypto. Oh, yeah, I do want to go back to my Twitter. I will touch on this very quickly at the end, but I have 3 active giveaways. Today is the last day for them. Today's the last day for these 3 active giveaways. One of them is right here. Sometime this month, I'll figure out the date here pretty soon, actually. I'll be interviewing Algorand's new CMO. Give him a follow. If you could ask him anything related to Algorand, what would it be? And the person or persons, multiple, that writes the favorite question gets a shout out in the video and $100 in Algorand. That is active giveaway number 1. Active giveaway number 2 is the Get Rich or Get Wrecked merch drop coming tomorrow. Absolutely insane merch here. This is the kind of direction we're taking it. Just kind of over the top, really cool crypto stuff. Also talking about maybe having a booth at Rare Evo for Get Rich or Get Wrecked. I think that'd be really cool. Shout out to anybody who's coming to the Rare Evo conference. Anyway, giving away 3 of these here. Anyone who likes and retweets this tweet right there gets a chance to win one. There will be 3 winners. Big shout out to David from Crypto Chips for taking the designs to the next level. And the third and final, saving the best for last, I am a brand ambassador for BAZEDBet.com. Pretty kick-ass crypto casino. They, have the slots. They are bringing poker back. They have sports betting. You can bet on badminton if you want to. I mean, this is a pretty awesome platform. Definitely check it out. I'm giving away $1,000 to one person. All you have to do is retweet this tweet, follow BAZED on Twitter, and sign up for BAZED with the link below. And there you go. So hopefully someone in the Grogger Nation, one of the OG people, I'm hoping ends up being the person that wins. You know, I want it to be someone that it's going to be completely random. You guys, you know, I used to do the scroll, the eyes shut scroll, and Jada would point, and that's how we would pick verifiable random function. Like we are Algo fam over here, super verifiably random. But now we actually do real random things. We've evolved, but I do still hope that it's someone from the squad here. Already got a portfolio coming in from McYay98. Once redemption from yesterday. McYay, once redemption from yesterday. McYay, I do not do rate my portfolio on Wednesdays, but I understand your predicament. I was a little spicy during rate my portfolio yesterday, and I even had a little conversation about Ben with it on Ben's live stream about rate my portfolio yesterday, just about, you know, people who want 20x's, who want 15x's with their portfolios, 25% XRP. What do we say to these people, Ben? You know, that was kind of the that was kind of the conversation we had. I think I might make a video about that actually, because the problem is that I'm okay with being a little bit edgy. I don't care particularly if I don't want to go like completely in on my audience. I don't want you guys to feel like I'm singling you out. I don't want you to feel like, you know, I'm attacking you or anything like that in the rate my portfolio segment. But I would rather have one person from the audience resent me and sell near the top than like me and ride it to the bottom because their expectations are too high. I will take that trade every day of the week. This people who watch this show will not ride it to the bottom. It will not happen. Over my dead body. Will that happen? No. All right. And, you know, I do want people to temper their expectations a little bit with their portfolios, because a 15x is no joke. 15x is not easy. It's not easy to double your money, let alone multiply it by 15. All right. Like, want y'all to be a little bit more realistic. The reason so many people didn't sell the top back in 2021 is because when Bitcoin went into the 60s, 100K, oh, it's going to 100K, it's going to 100K. They had these unrealistic expectations. And because of that, they were not able to think clearly. So when I see people that have unrealistic expectations that are not able to think clearly, those are the people that will come right up and ride it right back to the bottom. And I am trying to change that, that level, that line of thinking over here at AJ Writes Crypto. So really quick here. Yeah, Mick Ye, I am going to screenshot your portfolio and do it at the very, very end of the show, because I know you want redemption from yesterday, and that's okay. But no more portfolios. Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays do we do that segment. All right. Amazing. Carter Pennington, expectations are high, AJ. I'm selling at the top and marrying a 1010 and driving a Lamborghini with Elon Musk saying gas cars are way better than electric cars. Hell yeah. I feel you on that. Sick. All right. Well, got a lot to talk about today. Let's get into it. I am going to revisit the giveaways for everyone that comes in at the very end of the show. I know people want to get involved in those. All right. So let's take a quick overview at the market here. Bitcoin, as expected, everyone. As expected, if you were in the Telegram group, you know that I actually thought this was going to happen a couple days ago. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but here we are. Bitcoin 62, Ethereum fighting 3,000, Solana back under 150. That has kind of been a big level for Solana. Dogecoin under 15 cents. Cardano just straight up struggling. Chainlink under 14. Near holding strong. Bought a bunch of Near around $6. Really safe. I feel good about that buy. FET.ai. I mean, man, dude, this whole ASI thing, I am a little bit, I heard that it was supposed to happen on May 24th, but then I heard it got pushed back. And now I actually don't know the date. If anyone knows the actual date for ASI, I was not able to find it. To be fair, I only looked for 10 minutes, but I wasn't able to find it. Hedera back under 11, but still above 10. That is crucial for Hedera. Render up 36 on the week, down 5.8. And this was a short that I called yesterday in the Telegram group. Definitely seems to be down from where we called it. So congratulations to anybody who got in on that scalp short on Render there. Dog whiff under $3. I mean, guys, remember I was telling you about dog whiff, the 316 level on dog with is like the 16 cent level for Algorand. It's the $100 level for Quant. It's the level that keeps coming back. So whenever dog whiff was way below 316, there's the long. Anytime it gets way above 316, there's your short. Just look for support resistance, look for low volume nodes, look for confluence in other indicators such as RSI, stochastics, MACD, and even things like market cipher, high IQ, things like that. Definitely been able to nail a lot of trades personally on dog whiff, and I know that the Telegram group has been winning a lot of trades with dog whiff as well. Let's take a quick look at the gainers and the losers, and then we'll get into a couple stories. Actually, some some kind of madness going on with the stories today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna look at the top 100 today. Not gonna go through the whole thing. And it's frozen. Okay. All right, top 100. Here we go. Thorchain. Let me scoot this over so y'all can see it a little bit better. Oh wow. Yeah, this is not good. I think my computer's freezing up on me a little bit here. Sorry about this. Okay. Cool. All right. Thorchain up 11%. That is really the only big winner here. Ethereum Classic 5%, and then everything else is 2% or less. That's kind of, that's what happens on non-volatile days. That's what happens when things are not exciting. And this is really the true over here. We got BitTensor Tau down 9.8%, Dog Whip down 8.8%. BitTensor, it has been like a newer school coin that I have been having my eyes on, and maybe with a dip coming here, I think now might not be a bad time to target it. Dog Whiff, like I said, under 3. Then we got Akash, Singularity Net, Athena, Fetch, Jupe, Avalanche, all down around 5%, and then we have Bonk, Floki, Arweave, Immutable, Injective, Near, Filecoin, all down 4%, and then a handful of other coins down 3%. Phantom, the Graph, Chainlink, Doge, Gala, a lot of coins down just a little bit. And of course that makes complete sense, with Bitcoin coming down. So we obviously will take a quick look at the Bitcoin chart before we get into all the altcoin charts in the second half of the show. Do have a lot of TA planned for you guys today, for all you degen traders out there looking for those positions, looking for those conditional levels, looking to make some money trading crypto. That's what we're here to do, everybody. That's what we're here to do. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got the Glitter Queen in the chat. Thank you for being here. Karen Harris, good to have you here, Karen. I do appreciate you. Okay, the chat doesn't seem to nothing too crazy going on. I like not too crazy. Not too crazy is good. I do want to take a second to give a shout out to my sponsors here. As you can see on the overlays on the screen, we got Market Cipher right down here, my favorite indicator. Obviously, big shout out to Crypto Face, big shout out to Flopping Groper. If you want to get Market Cipher, I'm sure you'll see it later in the show when I do the TA segment. Definitely click the link down below in the description. Get yourself signed up. I've been on the phone with Crypto Face a couple times a month. I've been kind of hounding them. Come on, man. I want to do a Market Cipher giveaway on the show. All right, man. We'll get to it, bro. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. And maybe next time I'll break through the we'll get to it barrier. Just maybe. I don't know. I can't make any promises. And also shout out to Phemex in the top. Wait, right top there. Obviously, my exchange of choice. I do all my trading on Phemex. Also, really like their social fi platform, Phemex Pulse. Pretty awesome spot. I do put one of my Telegram positions almost every day on the Phemex Pulse, and there's a lot of people putting their ideas there, putting their wins, putting their trade setups, just talking crypto. Really good platform, and you can win PT tokens every day. And then we can shout to bazebet.com. Right? Wait, there it is. Like I said, not social crypto casino. We have a 6-month deal. Definitely helping them to get out there. I obviously played a lot of poker in my day, so this deal totally aligns with me. And I am going to be doing kind of gaming type live streams, not here on YouTube. I don't want anything to happen to my channel on YouTube, but I know if I go to Kick or Rumble or even Dual Stream on X, I'll be able to get away with that kind of stuff without anything bad happening to this channel. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing those streams, and they will start this week. Still figuring out the details, but I think probably Friday is what I'm aiming for. And then this Saturday, the Glitter Queen and I are going to see Sum 41's farewell tour. And I am going to take a second to talk about it. I know it's not crypto, but Sum 41, when I was in 5th grade, was my favorite band in the entire world. And they actually broke up, and then they said, hold on, we can't just do it like this. We have to do one final tour. And now this is that tour. So Saturday is the last time I get to see Fat Lip live, or In Too Deep, or Still Waiting, the Hell song. Does This Look Infected? That was the best pop punk album probably ever written to this day. Man, so many good memories. So many just nights at Warped Tour when I was, 19 with my friends, man. That takes me back. It takes me back big time. So I'm super excited to see Sum 41 this weekend. Jada said, you little shit, you changed the background on me. I did, because she had nothing in this corner here, and it was actually too bright for the overlay. So yes, I did switch it around on you. What are you gonna do about it? All right, sweet. Let's get into a handful of stories, and then we will do the thing where we look at charts and make fun of people's portfolios. Oh, not make fun of people's portfolios. I didn't say that. I'm kidding. Okay, FTX, everybody. This is kind of wild. FTX proposes billions in compensation, but not everyone is happy. There are some stories that say that everyone's getting paid back. I don't know if that is exactly true. I know most people are getting paid back. All right, most people. FTX latest proposal could repay creditors as much as $16.3 billion, but some argue the plan still falls short of being fair. Let's look into it a little bit here. FTX, let me zoom in so you guys can see it the best on your screen. Here, yeah, that looks pretty good. FTX's newest proposal to pay victims back over its 2022 collapse now promises to repay all creditor claims plus billions in compensation for the time value of their investments. Though some pundits argue it may not be enough, in a May 7th statement, the bankrupt crypto exchange said the plan was to subject to being finalized and approved by the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Delaware. Why does all the sketchy stuff in this world come out of Delaware? Wilmington, it's from Delaware. The Biden family, they're from Delaware. One of my best friends, Robert, he's from Delaware. What's the? You guys see the pattern here? You guys see the pattern? Only creditors holding claims in only creditors holding claims in an allowed amount below $50,000 will be eligible for the 118% recovery, which FTX anticipated was 98% of the creditors of FTX by number. Okay, so that's kind of a really important line right there. FTX's plan, however, still reimburses creditors for the value of their assets at the time of bankruptcy in November 22, rather than at current prices, which some creditors have been arguing for. Since that date, crypto markets have seen a resurgence, with Bitcoin rising by 280%. So that definitely helps their case that, any crypto they had left over has gone up into the right since, when this has happened. Here is a quote from the FTX CEO and Chief Restructuring Officer, John J. III. He said, "We are pleased to be in a position to propose a Chapter 11 plan that contemplates the return of 100% bankruptcy claim amounts plus interest for non-governmental creditors." FTX estimated that the total value that will be distributed to the creditors will range between 14.5 and 16.3 billion. Here is a little, little graphic here, the disclosure statement by the numbers. Let's go over this. 98% of the creditors of FTX by number will receive approximately 118% of the amount of their allowed claims within 60 days after the effective date of the plan. 100% plus 9 interest value of claims amount to be paid to non-governmental creditors as a result of the subordination arrangement with the governmental creditors. Like I said, 14.5 to 16.3 billion projected. The total net distributable proceeds in dozens of complex disputes with governmental and private stakeholders resolved without costly and protracted litigation. So yeah, there you go. That is kind of the kit and caboodle of it. I don't want to read the entire story. Here's a quote here from the Mike Belish, the CEO of BitGo. He posted on Twitter, "I understand why the bankruptcy process needs to work this way, but let's not pretend the victims are getting their money back." So there is obviously some dissatisfaction, and the dissatisfaction comes from the fact that, however, some industry pundits have expressed dissatisfaction with the proposal as its creditors aren't set to recover their stolen funds in an amount equivalent to current market prices. All right. And that's kind of what I'm saying. It's good for FTX. It's good for them paying people back that crypto has gone up. But my point here is that, if you had like say you had 10 Ethereum, and at the time Ethereum was $1,000, that's $10,000. So they're going to pay back that $10,000. They're not going to pay back, if the Ethereum went up from, where with the 3,000 now, you'd have way more than that. Okay. And I think that's, kind of where people are getting upset from, because they're not getting what the crypto would be worth now. But at least, it is good to see that they are making an effort. FTX confirmed in January that it is restructuring plans will not include a reboot of the crypto exchange, which was among the largest platforms by trading volume prior to its collapse. So there will not be a reboot of the FTX exchange. Very, very interesting stuff. I remember like it was yesterday when the FTX thing happened. I remember I was walking from setting up the live stream to my office, and I turned the corner, and Ben was there, and he grabbed me and kind of turned my shoulder around and said, AJ, you have to watch the live stream today. You can't go back into the closet and write scripts. You have to watch the stream today. Put a tweet out. It's going to be crazy. I was like, oh shit. All right. Shit. So I sat on the couch and sat there in person as Ben went on and did that famous rant about FTX and telling everyone to sell, and that he knew what was going to happen and that it was coming. And at first I was like, this is such a gamble. I thought it was such a risky thing for him to do that. But he was right. He had good information. And it was because of the lawyers going back and forth with them on the bill that they were trying to get passed, but FTX was trying to kind of overhaul it and steal it from them. And he kind of got it through the grapevine that way. And, and 2 weeks later, it happened. 2 weeks later, it happened. And then obviously, we went to the Bahamas, and two separate times went to the Bahamas, and even went to Sam's extradition trial. The first one in the Bahamas, and, crazy story. Crazy. It was a wild ride. And it's still, the story's still kind of evolving. And, I definitely have seen that story from a certain angle that most people didn't see it from. So I always, when I see stories like that, I do feel the need to kind of complete it. Do you think FTX will come back or be bought? I don't think it will come back, as the article said that they do not plan to reboot the cryptocurrency exchange. Right here in the article, FTX confirmed in January that its restructuring plans will not include a reboot of the cryptocurrency exchange. So I definitely think that they're probably going to do whatever they can to somewhat cut even. I guess some of the people, you know what I mean? Some of the people. There was definitely some money made shorting FTX. That's for sure. And it was actually pretty crazy. I mean, even a couple months ago, the FTX token was actually going through pumping. There was definitely some manipulation going on there, but I caught some trades in the billionaire wash trading. I cut a couple percent off some of the whales trying to do that. And that wasn't bad either. So I wish they would make a documentary where they are now, and Sam and Caroline. I feel like there will certainly be movies made about SBF, the whole thing. You think movies like The Big Short have been made, kind of in that vein. I could completely see. I personally think a movie wouldn't do it justice. I think it would be better as like a 1 or 2 season television show. I think, longer, more complex stories like that cannot be done justice in 90 minutes to 2 hours. That should be a series, in my opinion. I'd watch it. I'd probably be in it. Not gonna lie, I'd be in it. I'm just joking. All right, so yeah. Checking the chat. All right, let's keep the ball rolling here. All right, so I don't want to beat this up, as we did talk about it yesterday, but I saw a headline today. Maybe I could find the actual headline. I can read it to you. It was, basically in response to the Robinhood Wells notice that we talked about on the show Monday. It was a CNBC article of Gary Gensler talking about, why more things like that are coming, is basically what the gist of it was. I can't find the headline right here, right now, this moment. But what I will say is that they're going. I think Robinhood's just the beginning. Like I said, punches and bunches. These things kind of happen at one after another, like Binance and Coinbase last year. And, the CFTC says another cycle of enforcement actions coming as crypto enters a new phase of asset appreciation. That is basically the story right here. Probably in the next 6 to 18 months or 6 to 24 months, another cycle of crypto of its cycle of enforcement actions. And that's from the CFTC. That's from the CFTC. We did touch on that a little bit yesterday, but like, not the best, guys. We don't want to see, and I feel like they're going to try to get it done before the administration change. There will be an administration change. I don't know how anyone, not going to get into politics, but after the past 4 years we've had, I don't know how anyone, including diehard Dems, could go to the poll and with conviction want Joe Biden to be president for another 4 years. I don't care if it's Trump or RFK. I don't care. Not Joe is very important for crypto. I have my reasons. I don't like him personally, but the main reasons, my main thesis on why no Joe has everything to do with my career and this entire industry that I am just a little footnote in. And I want to see crypto evolve. I want to see crypto, give people freedom. To me, crypto is freedom. That's all it equals to me. It's one word: freedom. And it has given that to me. It has given that to other people that eventually, gave it to me. And now I'm trying to give it to you. All right. And it breaks my heart that there are too many people. The legacy system is pissed off that this blockchain technology is effing up their shit. And I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to be vocal, and I'm going to report the news, man. And I really hope that they don't do too much damage in between now and November. I hope that it can get capped somehow. I know that there is a progression with the XRP story. I don't feel the need to report that news because I'm sure Ben will talk about it on his show. But yeah, I'm always going to keep it real with you guys, and I hopefully it's not too bad between now and November. That's the point. Last story, and then we'll get into all the charts and the one singular rate my portfolio. Really quick, before we do this, got 156 people in the house. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd really, really appreciate it. We're I got a couple really big videos coming your way. I have an H-bar price prediction coming. I think I'm going to put it out on Saturday just to give my editor that little bit of extra time to make sure that it's a complete bang and edit. I have a video on kind of some TA how-to type stuff. I have a really in-depth video on RSI, on relative strength index, and how to use RSI to make a bunch of money trading crypto. I kind of have some videos like that planned. Definitely going to do some like TA overview type stuff. I have a VeChain price prediction in my back pocket as well. I am going to go back, heavier into doing price predictions for the channel as we are kind of heating up, getting closer and closer and closer to the bull run. I want to have all that stuff documented, and I want to, I just want to, I want to grow the channel the most I can between now and when it's really takeoff time. So the infrastructure is there. I'm already in the algorithm, and then we can go to the moon. So that's the plan. So gonna give it hell for sure. GG chat. What should we buy in this dip? Do things drop a little more? We will answer those questions when we do the TA segment of the show. Stick around 5 minutes. You wanted to look at this story here. MasterCard joins forces with U.S. banking titans for tokenized settlement trials. The partnership between significant banking giants in U.S. and MasterCard aims to streamline multiple asset class settlements on a shared ledger platform. Okay. I do not want to read this whole thing. The current trial phase expands on a 12-week pilot phase that started in late 22. The test was earlier focused on cross-border and domestic dollar payments between banks. The ongoing proof of concept RSN trials are focused on simulating settlements in the United States dollar. It basically seems to me that all these banks, the 10 participating banking giants, Citi, JP Morgan, MasterCard, Swift, TD Bank, NA, US Bank, USDF, Wells Fargo, and Zions Bancorp. There's also 6 more on the deck that are, taking, they're taking a part in this. And I feel like, look at this right here. So Raj, I'm not pronouncing that name. The head of blockchain and digital assets at MasterCard said that the application of shared ledger technology to dollar settlements could unlock the next generation of market infrastructures where programmable settlements are 24/7 and frictionless. It seems to me that the banks said, you know what? Why don't we just make our own blockchain? Why don't we just make our own? We don't need to partner up with Ethereum. We don't need to partner up with, Hedera or Algorand. Let's just do our own thing. Let's just test it out and let's do it on our own. All right. Yes. So the shared ledger technology is called the Regulated Settlement Network, the RSN, enables tokenized assets like treasuries, investment grade debt instruments, and money from commercial banks to be settled collectively. All right. So there you go. There you go. It doesn't seem like it's kind of a logical step, to be honest with you. I don't think that there's going to, I'm telling you guys, for other countries, it makes sense when you kind of hear like this crypto's, doing these settlements for like Africa, or these cryptos doing settlements for this other country. Like that kind of stuff makes sense. But like America's not going to say, all right, which blockchain on the wheel are we going to pick to deal with all our stuff? No, they're going to make a proprietary house-made system that they can control. If you really think that America, the America we know, the land of the free and home of the idiots, is going to put the financial responsibility into the hands of a top 10 blockchain, no, it's not going to happen. And it does seem like they're already trialing, their own settlement layer, regardless of, how that, crazy. AJ Cardano pumped 3% in 15 minutes. Interesting. I wonder if the story just hit. Let me just check. 21 hours ago, Cardano ecosystem set for expansion. Emergo and GSR joined forces. So the new Emergo deal. Stuttering Cardano handed lifeline under new Emergo deal. That is another Cardano headline right there. Don't completely feel the need to run into that. I only have 20 minutes left to do TA. But I will certainly take a look at the chart. I don't see any stories on the aggregator at the towards the top about Cardano. So maybe this is, this kind of working out over time. Not completely sure. MEXC starting KYC in June. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. I mean, that's going to be a thing, man. I mean, that's the Powell IDs and trading VPNs and stuff. I mean, we got to do what we can for as long as we can, is the way I see it. It for me, it's kind of more of the government can't tell me what I can and can't do. It's that simple. If I'm going to trade crypto, I'm going to trade crypto. You watch. Like stop me. That's basically how I feel. And if I can do that, in the extent and still pay taxes legally, straight up paying taxes, trust me, guys, I'm paying taxes. It's not fun. It's not fun. So Uncle Sam's getting his cut, but I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. And if it really comes down to I can't do that, I'm out. Gone. I can pick this shelf up and just, put a piece of wood on it and kind of paddle my way across the ocean. One, maybe I can grab onto a shark fin, go for a ride. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But there is certainly, it's getting, it's getting tougher every day, and it's a bummer. It's a bummer, but let's hope that I really do. I hope that I'm not putting too much faith in November, but November is obviously going to be an extremely, extremely big deal. All right. So going to look at the dollar. and then we'll get into the rest of the charts here. First thing I want you to notice with the dollar is that, so it kind of in this ascending broadening channel, right? All right. It broke down out of it and then in there put in higher highs and actually got back into it. So it does have like this kind of outlier, but for the most part, that was kind of a fake out move. It got back above support resistance right here at 105 something. Let's hope this thing turns around and breaks it again. Well, let's hope that it forms a kind of one of these. All right, that's what we can hope for. I'm actually going to leave that there for now to see if it falls back into that pattern. I'm going to leave that there to see if it turns around and respects this, because it's either right now it's about to go or it's about to go All right, so obviously keep a close eye on the dollar. All right, and with that said, look at the stock market. The S&P 500, kind of a big deal, and it did break out of the descending broadening channel. It did get back above support resistance, but it now has come up and is coming back down and is testing support resistance. This is a 2-hour chart. It is kind of got good curvature on the money flow down the bottom. We did get a bull cross, coming up in the RSI. It is kind of curving over on the oscillator. We kind of got to see how that plays out. Is it going to be one of those scenarios where if you kind of like look down here at market cipher B, is it going to be one of those scenarios where it curves and has like a quick and kind of stays up in here? You see how how this circle, it doesn't, when the curves come down, it doesn't come down through the bottom. It stays up in the top. That is obviously a big sign of bullish continuation on market cipher B. So let's see how this curve plays out. Is it going to come through, or is it going to come down and stay up? So that's obviously a really, really big indication for what could or could not happen there. So obviously, and even on the 12-minute chart zooming in, it is holding above the support resistance level. It did bounce off support resistance, but definitely if you want to follow the stock market and use that to determine some of your crypto, at least for Bitcoin moves, that level's 5,169. That is that level. All right, let's go here, look over at Bitcoin. Going to start with a 2-hour chart first. All right. Okay, so we Bitcoin is still technically kind of in this descending. This channel kind of has been broken as we have 1, 2, 3 touches here, and it broke out. All right, and it actually looks like it could bounce off the this side of it, which is true. But for now, for the sake of argument, I'm going to take that thing out. And it's also weird because it was kind of really a curved trend line, which is very much a thing in TA. You can't really draw it straight. I was just drawing that line because you can touch all 3 of these touches here, and that is super valid. But really, you could even consider this, a part of the trend line, which is really kind of a weird downtrend. But what I'm saying is that it could, like, if this was the downtrend, this thing could come up to here and still pop down. That's kind of my point from that. That's why like slightly lower highs, double top ideas are so painful for crypto. But outside of that, we do have a green dot on the 2-hour from, I think the last hour. It is good to see that Bitcoin got above 61,000. That is the level. We really want to see it stay above 61,000. Period. End of story. It is unfortunate that we put in another lower high. For us to break that structure, we need to get above 65.5, almost 65.6. We did lose, let's zoom in now and kind of look at support resistance. So obviously getting back above 62.9, 63,000, that is the first step to, some sort of relief here. On the 12-minute, we are trading below the 50 EMA, bearish continuation. I don't, so basically the next stop, guys, is the big support resistance level at 61,000 in the event it continues to fall. So, I mean, let's kind of, let's look at it like this. So let me fix that. So look at it like this. So here's the downtrend that we're in, local downtrend that we're in. Let me go from here. So we're kind of in like it's kind of squeezing in on us a little bit here. But if I were you, I would certainly draw this exactly as I have it on the 12 or 15-minute chart or 10-minute chart, whatever's easier for you, and alarm up both sides of this and see, is Bitcoin going to go down or Bitcoin going to go out? And then obviously have alarm set at 61,080. It's actually 61,056 if you want to get exact with it. And then right here, 62,912. So definitely 4 alarms: uptrend, upper band, lower band, almost 63, basically 61. Those are the alarms for Bitcoin, and you can kind of make some of your altcoin decisions based off of your reaction to how Bitcoin trades. It doesn't look good at the moment. I feel like it's I can't really change my tune until we at least get back to this value area. I went to the wrong chart. Sorry. I can't really change my tune about Bitcoin unless it gets back to, this range. This range isn't the end of the world. From this range, we can go places. Losing this support resistance is a really big deal. So, and there's really nothing on the chart that's telling me it's going to go back into this support resistance, at least not for now. So let's see how it works out inside of this range and monitor the situation and have our alarm set so we can react to the market. That's the best thing we can do. I'm going to skip that chart. Yeah. So Arrow, man, this one, I bought some Arrow at 121, sitting at 109. At the time, it was like kind of coming up, it was kind of coming up this hill. I was really hoping that it could get above this support resistance level. It did not. And since then has even put in us, a lower high on the 2-hour time frame. So now basically, I'm not really sure if you can leverage trade this one, but the level that you're looking at now is this. We did have a couple. We had a touch here, and touch there. We lose that level. If you can find leverage for this coin, you could go short or maybe sell, buy back in if you own some. That level is $1.48, 1048. Keep a close eye on that level. I'm gonna just hold the bag that I bought. I like this project. I think it has promise. I think that I don't think these days are over. I just think it's going to take some time to get back to this value area, because anything above 134 enters a new value area, so to speak. And and this is, really from top to bottom from that level, we're talking a 77% run to 234. So it's possible. We just got to get back inside that range and monitor this range and try not to, hopefully, even if it loses this kind of temporary level that I'm using as like a pick for like a short, like say you could short from here to here, which would be a 16% short to 87 cents, which is this support resistance level. That's kind of what I'm thinking with that support, with the break of that. But let's hope that it can come in here and bottom and turn around, or even put in a slightly higher low. That would be good to see. That's kind of why I'm monitoring that one. Which chart to look at next? Which chart to look at next? I'm going to skip. I'm going to save that one for the Telegram group. I'm going to save that one for the Telegram group. That one's really not that juicy. All right. Okay. I'll show you Optimism. Optimism has been one I've been hitting a little bit. Also, if there's any specific chat you guys want to see, let me know. Let me know. Inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour. Are you talking about Bitcoin, Lee? I think we talked about this before. ADA ICP. Okay, there we go. ADA ICP. All right, got you. Lee, are you talking about on Bitcoin, the inverse head and shoulders, Lee? All right, so Optimism. This has been one I've been trading a lot. This one is kind of okay. It is Bitcoin. That's what I thought we talked about that yesterday. Actually, this, I don't realize how annoying that is. Okay, so Optimism tried to get above this previous low. Okay, did not do that. Even if you went off that alarm, you still could have squeezed about 5% out of it. Not bad. You still could have scalped it, which is fine. But since then, it has gone back down. And I also want to point out that Optimism does have a kind of a local, lower high uptrend going on, and it is, kind of testing the 200, and let's, hope that it can respect this level, and it's actually fighting off of the high of this right here. All right. So I'm going to turn off market cipher A because it's not giving us much at the moment on the 2-hour. So, it is, fighting this level here. All right. And it looks like it could be bouncing there. I do have a green dot on the 2 hour, but it doesn't look too strong because we're in the red coming down on the money flow. The dual band strength index isn't bad with a negative 315, where anything above a 14 on the bottom number is a strong degree of certainty. So it could be bouncing from this level, but really big picture stuff with optimism is that where it sets in the Gone fan. A Gone fan is a really powerful tool that I use to, about the relationship of price and time and angles. Okay. And as you can see, optimism has done very well to respect the bounds of the Gone fan, from rejections here, not getting through the 1-1, testing the 2-1. It has kind of been dancing around this Gone fan quite well, actually. And you can definitely use Gone fans. I can show you guys how to draw them another time, but it's not that hard. So as you can see here, we kind of came through the 2-1 into the 3-1 into the 4-1. All right. And now we're in through this range and we kind of pop back in. And my hope was if we could get back into the 2-1, that we could get back, if we got back through the 3-1, we can get back to the 2-1. That was kind of my hope there, but it has kind of slumped back down into the next range. But now this is where it's putting up its fight, ironically enough. So I feel that if optimism can find a way to get back, like say above, I would even say I wouldn't even go from the wicks. I would go from 274. I think you can conditional range optimism at 260 to 274, where a break of this, but be careful with the break of this because you have to account for this uptrend from the 2 hours. So if we break this, don't trade until we break that. That would be the safer bet. If you wanted to short the break of this, just be aware that it's going to fight at this uptrend. Or if you break of this, you go long into at least the next support resistance level, which would still be about a 4.64% win to the upside. So, there you go. A little bit of scalp trading 101 going on right there. Okay. You guys wanted to see, let me pull up another chart here really quick. Okay. I see what happened there. Okay, I can bail on this chart actually. So you want to see ADA and ICP? I got you. And then I'll go back and look at the 4 hour inverse head and shoulders. I think we talked about that already though. Optimism does have bad tokenomics, but I'm still totally okay to leverage trade it. I actually feel like I do got to say this. Just because a coin has bad tokenomics doesn't mean it's not going to pump. Just because a coin has bad tokenomics doesn't mean it won't pump. I am weary of coins with bad tokenomics. They can still pump. Optimism's probably going to do fine. Think of Base coin, its relationship with Coinbase and the chain. They're growing. Like it's probably going to do fine. It just has shit tokenomics. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm looking at optimism from a scalp, short-term, intraday trading perspective. Has kind of less to do with me, getting a big pile of it and waiting around. That's not what I'm doing. But do I think people that hold optimism in their portfolios are going to do okay? Probably. Could they optimize by being in a coin with better tokenomic situation? Yes, they could. But does that mean to not hold optimism? That's not what I'm saying. You just got to be aware of that. Look at Doge, horrible tokenomics, 100%. Doge prints so many more coins every day, but it's still going well. JC, which Gone fan do you use? All right. So this is Cardano. So what you do, you come over here and you see where you click on. Actually, it's not that one. It's this one. 1 second. I gotta find it. There it is. So if you come up here and click on where you Fibonacci, where you get the fib retracement, you come down here to Gone. There's a Gone box. Can you guys see that? Oh, my big head's in the way. 1 second. How do I get my head out of the way? Oh, not that. Here we go. So you have Gone box, Gone square fixed, and Gone fan. Gone fan is the one you want to use. All right. So basically here, I'll show you. So, and this can work up or down, by the way. So what you do is you go to, the low. Okay. So like the low, before it rips up. But let's look at Cardano for an example here. I'll show you how to draw a Gone fan. So you go from the low, all right, and then you get a 45-degree angle. So you go to trend angle, I would actually prefer to go from this because this is actually the low right here. And then you draw this on 45 degrees, boom. And then you get the Gon fan, boom. And then you pull that like that. All right. And you line that up. And once you line that up, you can move it around. Okay. You can move it around because as you see, as I move my chart around, how it deviates from that 45-degree angle that I drew. But that doesn't matter because if you look at where, like once you draw the Gon fan, if you look at where the fan is holding these levels here, once I move it around, see how those levels stay the same? It doesn't move the fan. So don't worry about moving the fan or it being aligned. You just need to align it when you draw it, and then you can move your chart around from there, and you're totally fine. So as you can see, the Gon fan actually works very well with Cardano here. So this right here in Gon theory, this is the 1-1, this big blue. This is the most important level in Gon theory. And getting above or losing the 1-1 is the most important thing. And as you can see, we got rejected from the 1-1 as we got rejected from support resistance at Cardano at 78 cents, back in the beginning of March, back through March. All right. So anyone with a Gon fan right there would have known, oh, that's straight rejection. That's a short, not even just based off support resistance, but the fact support resistance is there. And so is the Gon fan. That is called confluence when several things are working together that tell you the same story. All right. And as you can see, kind of even similar to optimism, it came down here. We lost the 2-1 level. Lost the 2-1 was a sharp drop. And then look, it's kind of holding at this level. This is why Gon theory works so well. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. But, even like early on, like, from this Gon projection, you see how it got rejected from this right here. It kind of picked right off the bottom right here. Rejection here. Rejection here. I mean, this thing is sticking to the Gon fan. Big time. Big time. But right now, on the 2 hour, you will see that it is putting up a fight, and that it has kind of fallen out of the 3-1 and is at the moment right at that level, directly at that level. What I will say about Cardano is that it's good that it has popped up in a short amount of time, and it is good that it put in a slightly higher low right here. Not so much of a double bottom, but a slightly higher low. So even if you go from here to current price, we did pump about 3% in 8 hours, but this is a 2 hour chart. I know this happened all at once. So from support resistance, so we did go 7% in 2 hours, and now it is giving a lot of those gains back. So very short term time frame stuff, like 2-minute time frame. I would say the loss of 45 cents exactly. You could probably get a short there if it loses that level. But that's like scalp, very short degen stuff. So go to your Cardano chart and draw this Gon fan out, because the theory is that it kind of trades in these ranges, right? Kind of trades in this range. All right. And if Cardano can get back above can fight this fight and run off this lower high, let's see, we have from current price action to previous high would be a 15% move up to get back to 52 cents, which would be this level right here. Obviously, you see Cardano has been rejected by the 200 EMA time and time again, right here, fighting it now. Let's hope Cardano can eventually get above that 200 EMA on the 2 hour chart. When it does that, or at least for now, even gets above the 50 EMA, when it does that, we will be able to see Cardano work its way back into the Gon fan, where you kind of consider eventually it's going to get back to the top, which would be 57 cents, a 26% move for Cardano when the time comes. So definitely draw this Gon fan. Cardano snapped to this Gon fan. When you draw Gon fans, not every single chart is going to perfectly align with it, but Cardano, from where I drew it from, so you draw it from the previous low, 45-degree angle, align the 1-1 level on the Gon with the 45-degree angle, and then you get this result here. Let me zoom back out so y'all can see it better on the daily. And as you can see, a lot of the levels it got rejected from, a lot of the levels it bounced off of, aligned perfectly with this Gon fan. All right, going to take a quick look at ICP. Going to do a quick portfolio rating and hit the road here. All right, I'm going to go to a different ICP chart. Okay, so all right, so where's the previous low here? Let's just for the sake of good practice, no, not that one. Trend angle. Where's the low? I would say that's actually a hard one to find. 45. Gonfan. Boom. Yeah, so this one's not as clean as Cardano, but it does kind of work. You might have to toggle it around a little bit to find where it aligns a little bit better, but I'm not going to get too caught up on this. So this is the ICP daily. Let me get my volume profile out and about here. Maybe throw a Nadaria Watson envelope. All right there. Okay, so ICP. So we definitely, okay, so we have head and shoulders on ICP. There's no question about that. That is, this shoulder's a little bigger, but when you just consider this isolate, that is 100% a head and shoulders. And then you kind of go, neckline would be right, basically where the price is right now, dancing on that neckline from top to bottom. All right, and project and move. Oh my God, that can't be true. That can't be true. I'm not going to go from the wick. I'm going to go from the body. 1 sec. Yeah, this is, well, I get it. I get it because it was just down here not that long ago. That is really kind of a scary head and shoulders idea there. Just because there is a head and shoulders doesn't mean it's definitely going to work out. Doesn't mean it does the whole move, but you do kind of have to see it. That's the first thing I saw when I looked at this chart. I saw that head and shoulders. So obviously with ICP, this level, right, it even goes back from here, right here. Let me pull that up just a little bit. You see this little wick, how it wicked down, right? Can you guys see this chart, or am I talking? Okay, thank God. Right here where this wick comes down, this level is $10.16. $10.16. ICP cannot lose that level. And also, if you look at the volume profile, see how it gaps down. And when you consider the low volume node and the fact that the head and measured move on the head and shoulders actually spit it down to the 5s down here, that actually makes sense when you consider the volume profile, how it has a big gap right there. And that actually spits it down to $4.50 according to the volume profile. So yeah, we do not want to see ICP lose this level. That could be very bloody for the ICP holders. Local low, if you want to trade locally, the body of the candle support resistance right here would be 1193. It is coming down to fight the 200. As you can see in the past, every time it lost the 50 temporarily, it did bounce up above the 200 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. And now it is coming, and now it is trading below the 50 and is coming to test the 200 again in kind of a new condition, a new setting here on the daily chart. And, we kind of got the oscillator going the wrong way into the red, down into the money flow. Not the best spot for ICP on the daily. Does not look good. Kind of zooming in here on the 2 hour. Would really appreciate it to put up a fight. Would really appreciate it to put up a fight. Like I said, this is kind of your local level here, 1142. You don't want to see that get lost. Structurally speaking, we already lost this last low here. So structurally, we're not looking good at the moment. But yeah, so even with where it is now, you kind of want to zoom in on, say, like the 12-minute, right? I mean, even the loss of the local low here at $12.08, $12.08, it's at $12.27. The loss of $12.08, I mean, that would be a short for sure, because we also have this support resistance level down here. That could be a target. It would be a 5% move for ICP. So damn, this thing has been I actually haven't looked at this chart in a minute, to be honest with you. And I wish I paid a little bit more attention, because I see a lot of really easy trades here, especially in the Nadaria Watson envelope, man. This indicator gives it away every single time. You see all these little arrows, on the 2 hour chart. Free indicator, Nadaria Watson envelope. Be sure to check that one out. All right, going to and also, guys, I love doing technical analysis. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love doing technical analysis. But for you guys, for it to make a difference with your trading, when I draw these support resistance levels, when I give you these channels, I draw these gun fans, follow along. Have a pen, have a paper, write down these levels, or follow along with, with your, watch it on your phone and have your computer or whatever, and draw these levels with me as we go through the show, and set these alarms. So when these alarm goes off, you say, oh, hey, AJ said that one thing, this alarm went off, I'm going to react to the market. And you'll find that when you find yourself reacting to the market, you win a lot more trades than when you're guessing about what's going to happen. So I really do want you guys to take that stuff seriously. I don't give you all these levels because I like to hear myself talk. Don't get me wrong, I do like to hear myself talk, but not that much. Okay. quick rate my portfolio here. Actually, before we do my portfolio here, I do want to say we have been absolutely knocking the ball out of the park over at my new Telegram group. We have over 110 people in the group. We've been winning trades just about every day. I've been putting up a lot of setups in there, a lot of ideas. It's a good group for beginners. It's a good group for intermediate or even experts. I've been putting a lot of work into this group. And I do want to thank everyone in the group. And I know that a lot of you people in the group have been very successful with this trade since they started. All right. This group is a little bit over a month old. It is obviously going to evolve. It's obviously going to get better over time. I'm figuring it out as time goes on. And I do want to say that, this group is growing. So if you want to get involved, make sure you send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Take your trading to the next level. I'm very proud of this group, and we will continue to grow exponentially over time. And you'll be able to say that you got here early. So big shout out to everybody in the group. All right, let's hit this rate my portfolio here really quick. Let me zoom in on this so y'all can see a little bit better. So we're talking $22,452, $25%. Ondo, 20 billion market cap equals 89K. Okay, I see what he's doing here. He's making his projections for each coin. I see you. So Ondo 28%, HBAR 6. Wait. Ondo 25%, HBAR 28.6, Bencoin 6.3, 23% Algo, 10 ADA, 6 Graph, 8K goal. 403,000 or an 18x. Okay, well, I don't think this is going to 18x. I think that's an extremely way too high of a goal. To be fair, I'm not prepared to make a price prediction on Ondo as we speak. I have researched it a lot, but I am not familiar with the extent of its tokenomic situation, so I can't properly give a call on Ondo yet, but I have been reading it, and I own some. I own probably $6,000-$7,000, I think. I have to check. I forget, to be honest. But I did buy some. I think that, like I said yesterday, it would probably be in your best interest to hold a little bit less and have a little bit more coins. I mean, you're holding 25% Ondo, 28% HBAR, 23% Algorand. Man, if any of those three go wrong, you're done. You're done. And those are three good projects. I love Algo. I love HBAR. I like Ondo. I own all three of these projects. But would I put over 75% of my portfolio into those three projects? Absolutely not. No way. Dude, Mick, I would be looking at a 7 to 8x. A 7 to 8x, maybe. Maybe do something. What I am doing for a lot of my bags is there are separate scenarios for each coin based off of three. I will make an extra strategy video, but basically the gist of my extra strategy is that there are separate scenarios for each coin I hold based off where the price is in 3-month increments up leading into the bull run. So if it's here, it's here, it's here. We kind of decide which scenario we go with. But for the most part, I am completely okay with a 5 to 7x for every coin I have. Completely okay with a 5 to 7x. 5x, sunset, baby, sunset. All right. So the thing is that I'm not going to sell it all when I 5x. I'm going to sell probably 70 to 75% of the bag and keep 30 to 25% exposure. So if the coin does 10x, does 12x, there will still be a part of my bag that catches those gains. But say it 5x's and that's the top, it goes down. I will also have a parachute level where I sell. All right. And the thing is, this is what people don't understand about me, and what people don't understand about goals and their expectations about crypto is that if I buy something at $1 and my goal is to sell at $5, I don't care if it goes to 20 after I sell at 5. You know why? Because I achieved my goal. Everyone has these insane expectations of what they think is possible. And I want you guys to really I'm not saying not be bullish, but I'm saying I want you to temper your expectations, because if you look at how many people from the 2021 bull run ran it and just ran it right back to the bottom, ran it to the top and right back to the bottom. Why did they go to the bottom? Because they didn't sell at the top because they thought there was more. 100K, Bitcoin's going to 100K, 100K. They had that number stuck in their mind and they weren't able to see the truth. They didn't sell any of it. Just wrote it all right back to the bottom. And Mick, I don't want to see that happen to you. If you're bag 7Xs and you sell nothing, you're waiting around for 11 more X's and it never comes. Like, I don't want to see you right to the bottom, dude. I'm not being mean. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying that you really got to temper your expectations with this bag. You also really got to work on your distribution. Your distribution's way too top heavy, even if it's in coins I like. Bad distribution is bad distribution, period. All right. You got to be a little bit more diversified. You don't want to do that. Whatever score I gave you yesterday, I'm giving you the same score today, because it's the likelihood of you achieving your goal. That's the point of Rate My Portfolio. Rate My Portfolio is the likelihood, the score you get is the likelihood of you achieving your goal. Your goal with that bag that's not even close to being diversified is an 18x, which is extremely unrealistic. I can't give you a high score. I can't give you a score over a 50 if your goal is an 18x. If your goal was an 8x, that's terrible distribution, but I'd at least give you like a 79, because that would be achievable. But man, it's one of those days. It's one of those things where I don't want to see you ride it to the bottom. And I'd rather you shut your computer and be like, oh, AJ doesn't know shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'd rather have you do that and you be upset with me because I gave you a bad score than you ride it to the bottom. I'd rather you be mad at me and sell at the top than you be happy with me and ride it to the bottom. That's the I'm willing to take that trade. Gladly, I will take that trade. I don't want to see anyone here ride it to the bottom, and I don't want anyone here to ride it to the bottom because their expectations were too high. Like I said, my 5-6x selling 70% of my bag. The other 30 can stay for exposure. Let's use the buy at $1. It goes to $5. I sold 70%. All right. That other 30%, I'm either going to sell up the hill, 10%, 20% at the time up the hill. And then the stop loss for the parachute will continue to move up the hill. But say if I sell at $5, if it goes to say $4.30, $4.35, $4 even, that's where I pull the plug and sell the rest. That's the strategy. It's that simple. And no one ever went broke taking profits. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. I don't have time to check Mina or Helium. I do got to run. I'm already over on this show. Crypto G, HBAR isn't going to moon like people think. Well, we'll talk about that. I did watch a video. I have an HBAR price prediction coming this weekend. It's probably going to come Saturday. I'm going to say that. I watched a video from a YouTuber, not going to say his name, but I never heard of him before, and he has a lot of followers. So I'm already thinking, okay, did this guy buy followers? He probably did. And his HBAR video was like pretty good. He kind of hit it right down the middle. He talked about all the points. He talked about the banks. He talked about the RWAs. Yeah, he covered all the bases for HBAR. Hit every bar. And then at the very end, he said, the market cap's going to the trillions. HBAR is going to be $30. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That is not going to happen. Eventually, maybe, but to really sit there with a straight face and talk about HBAR for 15 minutes, and at the very end of the video say, and because of that, it's going to $1 trillion, $2 trillion market cap. Like, I am not going to lie to my audience. I am not going to lie to you guys. It's just not going to happen. I would rather you guys be like, oh, AJ's bearish or AJ isn't bullish enough. I'd rather have you think that than, me lie to you and you ride it to the bottom because you believed me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with it. Are you coming to Salt Lake City this weekend? I wish I was. I actually thought about getting tickets, but I'm a little bit too busy. I got a lot of traveling coming up here in the next little while. I do want to give a quick shout out to my giveaways on Twitter before I go here. I have 3 active giveaways. Today is the last day for all of them. One of them is a $1,000 giveaway. $1,000 for my BAZED ambassador for BAZED.com. $1,000. All you gotta do is like and retweet the tweet, follow BAZED, and sign up for BAZED with the link below. Actually, here, I'll actually copy paste this one because I know I want someone in the Grogger Nation to be the person who wins that $1,000. All right, so there is that one right there. Giving away $1,000. Go get involved with that tweet right there. I'm also giving away I'm interviewing the new CMO of Algorand. If you have any good questions that you would ask me if you had the chance, I would put it in here. And the person who, if I pick your question, you get a shout out in the video and $100 in Algorand. So there's that. And I'm also giving away, got my merch line, Get Rich or Get Wrecked. New drop coming tomorrow. Super sick merch. Super excited about it. Shout out to David from Crypto Chips for taking this design to the moon, literally to the moon. And I'm giving 3 of these away. All you have to do is like and retweet this tweet, and you'll be put in there. There's only 72 retweets. So, 3 out of 72, that's not the worst chance in the world. That's not the worst chance in the world. So there you go. Big shout out to all my sponsors. Shout out to Market Cypher. Shout out to BAZED. Shout out to Phemex. Shout out to Crypto Chips. Get Rich or Get Wrecked. You guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure you smash the like button on your way out the door. This stream went way over on time, but hey, we got on a roll. We have a lot to talk about. And I appreciate each and every one of you that stuck it out this whole time. You guys rock. Smash the like button on your way out the door. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to start filming some videos. I'm going to look at some trades. I'm going to post some setups in the Telegram group. If you want to join the Telegram group, I'm telling you guys, it might be the best thing that could happen to your bull run. AJAlphaGroup@gmail.com. Get involved. Sign up for the group. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We've been nailing trades over there absolutely every single day. Big shout out to my boys at Market Cypher. Shout out to Flopping Groper in the chat. You guys are awesome. I'm peacing out for the day. I'm gonna go hang out with BitBoy for 5 minutes. I'm going to film a video and post setups in the Telegram group. And then I'm going to do 100 push-ups until there's a new all-time high every single day with one of my good friends, Flopping Groper. All right. Peace out, guys. Get rich. Don't get wrecked. Talk to you later. Peace.